Hi. Hey, darling.
It's so good to see you.
You too,
so
pretty girl.
Good.
Come on, let's sit down and chat. How have you been?
I've been really good. I've been good. Just working, you know, everything like that. Same old, same old. What about you?
About the same. Yeah, about the same. I guess we're twins.
I know, right?
Although people say we look alike anyway,
and
right?
I live for it. I'm so thankful because you're so gorgeous. So it makes my life that people say that. Yes.
And I've seen you. I've seen you online imitating me.
Yes.
You do a great job.
Thank you so much.
You do a great job.
It's one of my most notable impressions. Everybody's like, do Angela. You know, it's so funny. Queen Latifah used to have me do it all. I used to only do it for her. I just recently started doing it, you know, online and everything.
Really?
But whenever we worked together, I did it for one time, and she'd be like, do Angela. Do Angela.
Okay, so Kiki, we're here together. You're finally here. I don't have to watch you online. I can actually see it right here before me.
I can't believe this. This is insane.
Don't be shy. You're not shy at all. So
get myself together. So I'll go ahead and do your amazing, incredible performance in American Dream, the Michael Jackson story, where, you know, Catherine catches her husband cheating on her, Mr. Joe Jackson. Okay, here we go.
You a lie, and you a cheat, and I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more.
I'm telling you, that scene is too good.
You're a liar, and you're a cheat, and I don't want you. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. And that line was improvised.
Now let's get into it. Because period, it was too good.
Yes.
Your acting is just too good. And that's why it's so easy, honestly, to impersonate in my mind, because I'm like, you just got to put that emotion into it. You
Bubble
know?
up.
It's okay. It's okay. Like, yeah, it's so good. And you look gorgeous when you're doing that. Not everybody can do that. You be like, so good.
Oh.
See, I saw What's Love Got to Do with It very young, and American Dream very young. I mean, you were the most iconic things to me in both of those films, obviously. What's Love Got to Do with It? Just, I think it took years for me to know who the real Tina Turner was.
Wow.
Because in my mind,
that came out in 93.
Yes.
And we met and worked together in 2006.
Yes. And I was shocked because I got to work with both of y'all. I watch that movie all the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working with Argentina, essentially. You know, in my mind, as a little kid, being able to do Akeelah and the Bee, I was so blown away that I got to be, because you guys weren't reunited before then, had you?
We weren't, and if we go back to that, I don't know, for some reason, I recall that I got the role because of you. Is that true?
Really?
I think that you suggested, they asked, who would you like to be your mom, to play your mom?
I mean, yeah,
And
I've
you
always
said,
loved you.
I want Angela. And that's what I recall. That's what I remember during that time.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
how I came around to that project.
They ask you all the time, but you never know if they're really
Right.
gonna say, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously everybody loves you, so I would have never guessed that it was also me saying that. But I mean, obviously Lawrence, and I'm like, man, if we had Angela, Miss Bassett.
It could be.
Okay.
And it was.
I remember, you know, when I was very nervous and excited with Akeelah and the Bee. Obviously my first really big starring role. I was pretty much in every scene but one. And I remember just how professional you were. I think that was really awesome for me with both of you guys, is seeing what it's like to be with a real professional, serious actor that treats everyone well and just kind of was a real example of, you know, what it is to be in success. I didn't realize it then, but growing, you know, being my age now, I look back and I'm like, man, those were my best teachers. I was doing one of the scenes where Akeelah had to cry. This is when Dr. Larrabee didn't want to do the Bee with her anymore, and she was going to her mom. You know, her mom was like, what's going on, you know? And I kind of, you know, we were all, it was all stressed out on set.
There was a lot of tension in the air.
And I could not focus. I was just so like, okay, you know, and it was a lot of pressure. And I just remember that you looked at me and you grabbed my hand and you said, you love what you do, right? I was like, yeah, I love acting. You said, and who does that with you? I said, my mom. I do it with my mom. We do everything all the time together. And you said, what if she said, I can't do this with you anymore? You're gonna do it all on your own, if you're gonna do it at all, and I can't be there with you. How would that make you feel? And literally, in that moment, I immediately was starting to cry. And the director was like, roll it. And I just remember thinking about how you helped me to just focus in, and not only focus in, but to attach it to something that's real for me.
Right, have some memory, some sense of if it were really your mom or a dear friend or someone close to you. And I remember you just staring at me and listening, fully and completely listening. I think that we have had the tremendous opportunity in this time period to work with some incredible auteurs and directors, you know, Jordan Peele in Nope, most recently Nope, and of course recently coming up for me with Ryan Coogler. Tell me, what's it like working, what it was like working with him?
I think the greatest thing that I learned about working with Jordan and just seeing him work is just how open he is to collaboration. And we all think about, you know, the fact that we collaborate, right? But most of the time, and a lot of times with the director or writer-director, they're very specific with what they want, what they're looking for. But I think Jordan is very different in that regard. You know, I think he looks to the lines in the script and what he's written as a guideline, but not the end all be all. He's open to anyone, you know, giving him information on what his words have inspired them to see. He's free flowing, like water, you know, to be at the same time such a genius, I think.
Ryan is a lot like that as well, very collaborative. Of course, you know, you have the script, the Bible, but he always asks, you know, you may read it through and he'll say, does that work for you? Do these words work for you? Are you cool with it? You know, so he's a little self-deprecating there, but he's so assured. It's a lot of heart, a lot of groundedness, but also in this sort of magical futuristic kingdom. And I just trust that he has that all under wraps, because all I know is when I sit here with you, you know, I look into your eyes and I wanna feel you, sense you. I wanna, you know, feel your heartbeat.
I do feel like now we're in an age and an era where the black characters are not so cliche in genre. But when I think about Marvel, or, you know, I mean, Black Panther always existed as far as I knew. He's not a new.
He's from the 60s,
yeah, he's from the 60s.
But we're now, we're
we just
seeing
didn't
him
get his
come
big
to
movie.
life.
Yeah,
right.
we didn't get his big movie.
Right.
So I think that's.
They had to lay the groundwork, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, people had to come around. And boy, did they come around.
It feels like a whole experience for the whole world, which I think is what we need when we want to go back out into the theaters.
It is,
It's
that's very unique, I think, for movie going. We show up in costumes, we show up with choreography, you know.
It is a real
with
experience.
Dance at the theater, it's like nothing you've seen before. And that's what's so exciting, that art can inspire that, you know, make a killing with the dollars also at the box office, make it success, because we know we've heard for so many years when I first got to LA that, you know, that in chocolate doesn't travel across seas.
Yeah, it's not
you
international.
Know? Exactly, but
not true.
That's just something said, but it's not the truth.
No, because black is everywhere.
Yeah,
so if it's everywhere.
In fashion and music and art and
in every country, you know. So yeah, it is crazy how long it takes to remove some of those myths. But Black Panther, Wakanda, you know, Jordan Peele, what he's been able to do, those people, them taking those chances, that has really definitely broken those barriers and show people that that's not the reality, that yes, we are international.
Absolutely, and that's with talented individuals, intriguing stories, and talented actors like yourself on the screen.
Thank you.
I remember after What's Love, you talk about that.
Yes.
There were 18 months, a year and a half when I didn't work, you know?
And
so
was it because you were turning a lot of things down?
No,
there was no material out there?
There was no material. There was nothing offered.
Wow.
And now I guess maybe you're in this position where you've been nominated for an Oscar. You're a lead in this picture. What do you do then? But you can't trick yourself into thinking I've got to be the lead in every situation
I'm just so happy that
I
you
find myself. No. You know, you can't, you can't do that.
Yeah, and it's really just like you said about the best material. But I do like that you mentioned that, because I do think people think that sometimes, that when I think anybody that really loves acting knows that that's not the real vibe. But I think sometimes people hear that and they see that, well, because you've been nominated for this or that now you've only have to.
You've always got to show up.
No, that's not the way it is. It's what moves you,
exactly.
what you're interested in.
And sometimes it's voiceover or animation or documentaries, and you just keep working.
I think it's so deeply subconscious. It's like I want to really remove all of that and really be able to craft this new mindset, persona, and be stuck in that space. And then it kind of sometimes can take a second to shake it off too.
Yes,
when I'm done with the
absolutely.
project. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Same.
Yes.
Same. I mean, I laughed and I shook my head like Tina for like, I think about 3 or 4 months.
On the floor. That's hilarious because
so I know
honestly,
exactly.
that really happens to us. And it's, you know, you just feel so bad for the people that's close to us because they done seen us like really go through some things. But that has me cackling because that's happened to me too. I played a pimp once, and honey, I've been pimping for the last 3 years. Literally.
You really held on to that one.
I would love. So have you ever seen this movie called Heartbreakers?
No.
It's an old movie with Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, I work with Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, love both of them. I've never worked with either of them, but I love them both.
Lovely.
And in this movie, they're mother and daughter duo. And they are secretly like scamming a bunch of men. It's essentially like a romantic comedy / just like action comedy about this mother and daughter duo. And I would love for us to redo a version of this movie. I think it would be so the bomb. If
So heisty.
Honey,
Yes.
we both like just hot and we're like, yeah, mother and daughter duo. Oh,
I taught you everything you know.
You taught me everything I know. And we
But
just
then you
scamming
up the
these
game
men.
because, you know, it's all digital and stuff, you know.
I just think we would kill something like that.
I think
so
we would.
I literally, I'm like, that needs to be me and her, period, hands down. So that's my movie
Yeah, and then
idea.
of course you know, you can't be contained, and I constantly tried to do that
Come
from here to
on.
him. That's and then maybe then it flipped, and then I become more like you, you know, when the necessary moment comes.
Exactly.
What I need is more of this.
See, you haven't read too many scripts. That's the other thing. When you've read as many scripts as us, it's like we could just sit down and write it out dang selves. Because that was the whole storyline right there.
I love you.
I love you.
Oh.
Thank you.